All right, welcome to the Explainer. Today, we are taking something that is usually buried way deep inside those dense grammar textbooks, and we are transforming it into your absolute best storytelling tool. We're mastering the past perfect tense. If you're tired of just reporting facts and you want to actually captivate people with your English, well, you're in exactly the right place. Think about the last time you tried to tell a story in English. Did it sound kind of like this? On Monday, I went to the cinema. I saw a film, I ate a burger, right? I mean, it's factual, sure, but it sounds completely robotic. And here's the thing, the problem isn't your vocabulary. It's that you are reciting this clunky list of past events in the past simple tense, just one after another, instead of weaving them together into a fluid, engaging narrative. So here is our roadmap for today. We're going to cover 1. The secret of stories, 2. The past of the past, 3. Structure for simple and continuous forms, 4. Past simple versus past perfect, and finally, 5. Common academic errors. Let's jump right into Section 1, the secret of stories. To fix that robotic storytelling we just talked about, we desperately need the past perfect. Listen to this first version. I read a book 3 years ago. Last week, I started a sci-fi book. I realized it was the book I read 3 years ago. It's super blocky, isn't it? It totally forces the listener to piece the timeline together all by themselves. Now listen to this upgraded version. Last week, I started a sci-fi book, but realized I had read it 3 years ago. Boom! It takes disconnected sentences and combines them into this elegant, native-sounding narrative. It immediately informs the listener exactly what order things happened in. Moving right along to Section 2, the past of the past. I want you to think of the past perfect literally like a time machine. We're already talking about the past, say, yesterday, but suddenly we need to physically jump further back to an event that happened even earlier. It is the past of the past. You're showing the relationship between two distinct moments that are both already completely behind you. Let's picture a timeline to really cement how we sequence these two past events. Imagine you went to the cinema yesterday. At 7 p.m., you bought snacks. At 8 p.m., you finished your popcorn. And then at 9 p.m., the movie finally started. If you're telling me the story today, you would say, by the time the movie started at 9 p.m., I had already finished my popcorn. The past perfect there, had finished, clearly signals that the popcorn was completely gone before the opening credits ever even rolled. Okay, Section 3, structure, simple and continuous. Let's break down the past perfect simple, and honestly what I absolutely love about this tense is how incredibly forgiving it is. The auxiliary verb had, thankfully, never ever changes. Doesn't matter if your subject is I, you, he, she, it, we, or they, it is always had. For an affirmative statement, it's just your subject plus had plus the past participle, like I had eaten. For a negative, you literally just add not to make hadn't. I hadn't eaten. And to ask a question, just swap the subject and had. Had you eaten? It really is that simple. Now we do need to clearly separate that simple form from the continuous form. The past perfect continuous is what we use when we want to emphasize the duration of an action, exactly how long something was happening before something else in the past stopped it or interrupted it. The structure shifts just a tiny bit here. We use the subject plus had been plus the main verb with an ing ending. Let's compare them directly so you can really feel the difference in meaning. First, the simple form. He had worked hard all morning, and now he was going to have tea. This puts all the focus on the completion and the result. The work is totally done. It's tea time. Now the continuous form. He had been working hard all morning, and he still had lots to finish. See the difference? This one emphasizes the ongoing duration of that grueling work. It gives us a way more vivid picture of his morning before he ever gets to that cup of tea. All right, Section 4, past simple versus past perfect. This right here is where the magic happens. Take a standard past simple sentence. Last week, I went for dinner with my friend. It's fine. It's an isolated, finished event in the past. But listen to this upgrade. Last week, I went for dinner with my friend who I hadn't seen since university. By adding that past perfect piece, hadn't seen, we instantly add this incredible depth and a rich timeline to the story. We're connecting 2 points in the past, and it totally raises the stakes and the emotion of the whole sentence. If we look at the broader landscape of English tenses, the past simple basically just tells us what happened yesterday. But the past perfect, that gives us the critical backstory. Think of the past simple as the main camera in a movie capturing the action right now, and the past perfect is that dramatic flashback sequence that explains exactly why the characters are acting the way they are today. And finally, Section 5,
Common academic errors.
There are 3 big pitfalls we see all the time. First, simply forgetting the word had. If you say, I finished my work before the phone rang, well, that's just 2 past simple verbs. You really need I had finished to properly show the sequence. Second, confusing it with the present perfect. Remember, the past perfect connects a past to a past. The present perfect connects the past to right now. And third, there's a very specific vocabulary error with superlatives. Let's actually zoom in on that last error because it is super common for language learners. Check out this sentence. It was the most difficult game I had never played. Because you're using a superlative, the most difficult, you absolutely have to avoid the negative word never. The correct, natural phrasing is, it was the most difficult game I had ever played. Fixing that one tiny word choice is a absolutely critical step if you want to sound perfectly fluent. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with this perfectly structured, cinematic sentence to memorize. I want you to lock this into your brain as a mental template. Ready? By the time Back to the Future 2 started, I had already finished my popcorn. It uses by the time to set the scene, the past simple, started, for the main event, and the past perfect, had finished, combined with already, to brilliantly show that earlier action. It is textbook perfect. So there you have it. You've just officially upgraded your grammar toolkit. You are no longer stuck just listing robotic facts. You now have the power to sequence events, create real dramatic tension, and guide your listeners smoothly through the timeline of your life. The only question left is, what story will you tell now that you can control time? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I will catch you in the next one.